Hey guys, I just wanted to put together a quick video on gathering elite clues because I've seen a lot more people, including myself, have started clue hunting over recent months, and as far as I'm aware, the guides that are out there on YouTube are maybe a tiny bit outdated or missing just a few bits of useful info. So I'm going to try go over everything in this video, and with this setup you should be able to get nearly 900 shadow creature kills per hour in your personal Slayer dungeon, and with their drop rate that averages out to be just under 7 clues per hour. Obviously you can have better or worse RNG, but over the long term that's what you'll be looking at. Hopefully Jagex do add a new way of getting elites or something that competes with this, because AFKing shadow creatures for nearly 7.5 hours on average to get a stack of 50 isn't the most exciting thing in the world to do. But yeah, I'm going to get into the video. So to get souls for your personal Slayer dungeon, you want to go to any of the Slayer Masters and buy 5 ushabtis for 20 Slayer points each, and then go to the shadow creatures, which are just west of Prif Lodestone. You want to get 5 truthful shadow creature souls because they're the lowest levels with the lowest defense, and they're the only ones that you'll be 100% accurate on with the Reaver's Ring and Lanikaea's Spear. And in this little area, they're the northwest cluster of creatures. Once you got the souls, teleport with your codex or get the boat from Menaphos if you haven't unlocked that yet, and go into building mode in the pyramid. Then you want to place the souls in the hotspots in the first room, and make sure you don't put them in the chest in the main lobby instead, because all you get is a tiny bit of XP for them and you'll have to go get them all again. Alright, so this is my preset and I'll try to quickly run through everything. I'm using trimmed masterwork, but I realise not everyone would want to buy a second set to use here, and I've seen people using band Ostova and normal masterwork for these, so just find what suits your budget and try it out. The weapon I'm using is Lanikaea's Spear, which has a passive that increases the chance of poisoning the target and also increases the poison damage itself. I've got Cinderbanes on, Reaver's Ring and Kiln Cape. The necklace is the Brawler's Blood necklace and it helps with healing, and the quiver gives 5% damage buff against shadow creatures. I've got the tier 4 quiver from the elite tasks, but you actually only need to get the second tier to get the buff against shadow creatures. And the last item I'm wearing is the Illuminated Book of Chaos, which is the upgraded Zami book available after the Piercing Note quest. This acts like a scrimshaw, so it uses charges and it has a small chance to set off a small AoE attack. In my invent I have Holy Aggro Overloads, Weapon Poison and a couple of Super Restores for emergency prayer, or in case my penance runs out and I want to stay for a bit longer. The Holy Wrench increases prayer gain and the Qualm Insect Sticks increase poison damage. The Gem Bag and Spring Cleaner deal with some of the common drops. Excalibur and the Ritual Shard give you some health and prayer every 5 minutes, and the Slayer Codex is used to teleport to the pyramid. I think you need at least 50 souls in order to unlock that though. The Clue Carrier is for storing elites obviously, and the pages are for recharging my book. I've got spare Reaver pouches and the rest of the items are just for stacking the drops. I normally just do extended penance here and reset if I want to do more, but there are other useful auras that you could use, such as Reverence. Obviously you'll just need to bring more prayer potions or a blessed flask if you have one. My perks I have Impatient, Relentless and Crackling in my body. Impatient is comboed with Devoted, but you don't actually need that here because you'll just be praying Soul Split. On my legs I have Scavenging and Biting. Ideally you want Scavenging without looting, as that just adds more unnoted items to the floor, but it's not the end of the world. And finally on the spear I'm using Aftershock, Precise, Equilibrium and Ruthless. This is the action bar setup that I use. I won't bother going through all the abilities, so you can just pause the video and copy it and have a read of them if you want. The relics I'm using are Fury of the Small for the increased adrenaline from basic abilities, Luck of the Dwarfs for the rare drop table chance, and Abyssal Link, which isn't actually useful here, but I've got it on for when I'm solving the clues. I've got my Spring Cleaner set to high outgall the Rune Salvage, as well as the highest 2 tiers of Addy, and everything else is set to the Disassemble mode. If you've got the Ranch Out of Time set up and you've unlocked them with 112 farming, then you want to put 2 Corbicular Rex in separate large pens, as these will buff your Meteor Strike ability. When you're all set up and you're ready to go, teleport to the Sunken Pyramid and go into your dungeon. You want to imagine the square where a line out from these two urns here meets a line out from the southern pillar of the barrier, and stand there. To activate all your buffs and you're good to go. If you're wanting to AFK or pay attention to something else, then this is a good place to use Alt 1 and its AFK Warden for alerts like potion timers and loot beams. I personally don't use these, but I think a lot of people do, and I know that they do for stuff like Spiritual Warriors. There's a few other ways of getting some elite clues which I've included some clips of now. First of all, if you've got an aquarium in your house with a treasure chest decoration, you can claim an elite every week. This resets with the game week reset on Wednesdays. If you interact with the bathysphere in building mode, you can see which decorations you have unlocked and select it from there, just if you're not sure if you got it or not. Skeletal Horror also gives a guaranteed elite once a week, which is a super quick and easy fight, and you can also reset that with the weekly tokens. You need to do the mini quests that the odd man gives you to unlock it to fight it, but those don't take too long. Travelling Merchant at the Deep Sea Fishing Hub sometimes has a full Triskelion key for sale, and you get an elite for every Triskelion you hand in at the rock face near the Fremnik Slayer dungeon. The wiki has a list of the upcoming stock for the merchant, and there's discords and friends chats that cool when they appear, so keep an eye out for those. The key costs 2 mil to buy, which is quite expensive, and on average elite clues probably only actually give you a little bit more than that. So it's not ideal for profit, but if you're going for the log, then it's definitely worth picking them up when you see them. Another weekly activity is the hard requester at player-owned farms, and this guy has a chance of rewarding you with an elite clue scroll. And lastly, spending your treasure trail points on elite clues is definitely the way to go after you've unlocked the rest of the stuff from the shop. It just saves you the most time gathering. Alright, that's everything I wanted to cover in this video, and hopefully I didn't miss anything. If you use Discord, I would 100% recommend joining the Clue Chasers server, as it's a great resource for pretty much anything clue related. And I want to also give a massive shout out to September, because his great elite clue write-up is kind of what gave me a lot of this info in the first place. So I'll add some links to some bits in the description below. But yeah, good luck with all your clue hunting, and I hope you guys can pull out some big money items. Let me know in the comments if you have any feedback or managed to get anything cool from your rewards, and subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you.